Growing up as kids, we all loved waking up in the morning and eating our very favorite cereals until one day we realized just how bad that cereal was for our body and we had to give it up. Luckily, today's video is brought to you by Magic Spoon, the cereal with 0 grams of sugar, 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net carbs in each serving, so you can enjoy the joy of cereal like a kid again. With flavors like cocoa, fruity, frosted, and peanut butter, all of which you can try in their variety pack. My personal favorite is frosted because it tastes just like eating glazed donuts. The taste is quite literally unbelievable. It's also keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free for all of you health nuts out there. So go ahead and pour yourself a bowl of your favorite flavor. My personal favorite is, of course, that frosted. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it's backed by a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Check out the description down below or type in magicspoon.com/incon to grab a variety pack and try it today, and use code INCON for $5 off your order on checkout. Thank you again to Magic Spoon for sponsoring today's video. With your set a jungle guide. So we're going to be grabbing ourselves a Eye of the Jungle, and then I'm going to be getting myself a tier 1 katana, as well as 2 healing pots and a Hand of the Gods, and of course our blink. So Set, widely considered to be one of the better junglers, and he does fall into the category of hyper jungler, so he does have the ability to make very large plays all throughout the game. The one thing about Set is that not only does he have a fairly strong late game, but he's also got a pretty decent mid game and early game as well. Not like a Kali who really has to wait an extremely long time in order to get to the late stages of the game. So preferably, I would have done this speed buff by myself and then gone to gank the middle lane, but it looks like my solo laner has started here with me, which is fine. It just means that at this point I am now gonna have to go ahead and just do the jungle farm start, which really isn't the end of the world. It just means we're gonna be going a little bit more farm heavy compared to that earlier mid lane gank. So at level 1, we grabbed our 1, that is our skewer. It is our main damaging ability. And at level 2, we are going to grab our 2. So Set is a little unique. On most gods in the game, you simply get your getaway skill second. But on Set, you can't really do that because your getaway skill actually requires 2 separate abilities. So our 3 will be our getaway skill, but it doesn't become a getaway skill until after we have our 2 as well. So that's why we grab the 2 first and then the 3. So Set's kit, from the outside looking in, a lot of people tend to think it's really complicated, but it's not that bad. So I'm just going to kind of peel it back a couple of layers. We're going to go a little bit more in depth over his kit than maybe some of the other gods, just because I think that some people get intimidated by his kit. So your passive, when you're auto attacking out here, dude, you're doing damage, you're just getting more auto attack speed. So you auto attack and then you auto attack faster, up to 10 stacks. Really easy peasy. Fun little bonus fact about this ability: if you auto attack a horse, you actually get 2 times the stacks. That is in the game mostly for lore reasons.
Your right tower,
gameplay wise, doesn't really affect the game. So I've got a Nike over on my buffs. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my 2 right here to go ahead and teleport to him, follow it up, and then I'm gonna use my 1 at an awkward time combined with the portal there. But we are still gonna be able to grab that first blood. Then we have our 1. This is our skewer. This is our main ability that we are going to be leveling up first. It is our main form of lane clear, jungle clear, player damage, all of it. What it does is it does damage in a straight line, out from Set, and it slows the target. That's what it does. It also combines with our second ability. So our second ability allows us to place basically up to these 2 of these sand minions I think they're technically, they might be, are they clay or are they sand? I think they're sand minions, they're sand. Doesn't matter once again, but lore. That minion is gonna do a little auto attack wherever it is standing. That auto attack damage isn't really relevant. The relevant part about this ability is that it's going to combine with our 1 and our 3. So if we have a minion out in the world, when we use our 1, you can actually see a little secondary marker come up. That secondary marker is the fact that our 1 is also going to come out from our sand minion. So not only is our 1 going to come out from us, it's also going to come out from our stand minion, and it's also going to do damage and slow, etc. But it does do less damage. Any dash after the first deals 40% damage, but you are getting that 40% value from the ability. Then we have our 3. Our 2 is also going to combine with our 3. I'm just basically right now waiting for this Nike to jump. Once he jumps, I can follow up on him. I'm going to pop my ulti just to make sure that we kind of get this kill. And I'm also going to start heading over toward this duo lane. Looks like Athena's going to come this way. Maybe slow him down a little bit, try to get in front of him, stop the dash, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So our 3 by itself, when we press this ability, it is going to conjure a sandstorm around us for about 6 seconds or so.
Another patriot has fallen.
Within that sandstorm, people are going to take damage, and we are actually going to take slightly less damage. Gives us a 10% damage reduction while we are within that area from physical damage. And it's also going to have a strange CC type effect on the enemy. It obscures their vision when they're in the area, but that part of the ability really isn't that important. Then, if we click it a second time, we can use it to teleport to one of our sand minions. So we throw out a minion into the world, right? We're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw a minion out over this wall. And then you're like, I wanna get over that wall. All you gotta do is you click your 3 on top of that minion. It'll proc your 3 and you'll teleport right to it. Now, if you want to use your 3 without teleporting to the minion, all you gotta do is make sure that you don't click right on top of it. So say I want to use my 3 here, but I don't want to teleport to that minion. Well, I just like click my 3 and then I come this way. But maybe I want to teleport to it later. I can still do that. So as long as you don't use your 3 to teleport immediately, you can go back and then teleport to a minion later. So sometimes you're better off just popping that sandstorm, waiting a second, kind of trying to juke out some people, and then go ahead and use it for the teleport. Finally, our ultimate, super easy. Our ultimate is just a stim, which just means that it is a buff on our character. When we press it, it is gonna make us do some extra damage, and we're gonna get some movement speed, and we're gonna be able to heal ourselves. This extra damage and heals are gonna proc basically when we get 4 damage marked on the target. It's gonna be that every 4th mark. So we're gonna attack them, and every time we do that, they get a mark a set, 4 marks of set, and they go boom, and they go exploding into a bunch of pieces, and we get that damage and that heal value. So it gives us some sustain, bonus damage, and of course movement speed to help catch up to people. Also, we get to spawn basically a bunch of our sand minions. Because of the way that this goes, when we start attacking, it's reducing the cooldown over 2. So we can basically just be spamming our 2 over and over again to get a lot of sand minions. The reason why you want a lot of sand minions is to combine it with your 1. You combine those sand minions with your 1, all of a sudden you've got an extra 40% damage times, 7 minions, and it's like hitting with the ability 4 times. A lot of value from getting all this minions out.
You're on fire.
So for the official level order on set, it is going to be 4, 1, 2, 3. Level up our ulti whenever we can, because we're going to get these damage numbers up. 1 for the damage number, 2 because it's going to increase the dash damage of the skewer, and then finally our 3 because all it's going to give us is this random damage around our character. So once again, that is 4, 1, 2, 3 on that leveling up to max order. Now I need to back up. After we grab these last couple little bits of farm, I'm gonna get my stone cutting sword, and this is where we're gonna really start to come online on set. Right here at this level 9, skewer is maxed out. I'm gonna get the stone cutting sword for a little bit of extra movement speed, some power, and that penetration. and it's gonna help us do a lot more damage. I grabbed the Ninja Tab Eye on the set because we are a little bit in the auto attack realm. We don't need to embrace a ton of attack speed. In fact, I probably won't get very much more attack speed, if any at all, in our build. But you do want to have a little bit, because it helps get your passive going. And the faster you get your passive going, well, that's really where you're going to get most of your attack speed from. So I'm just going to walk right over here at the Arthur. I got to be careful, because if he has his ulti up, he actually could probably kill me here. And it looks like he is going to have that ulti up. You can see I tried to get my teleport off to get away from the Arthur earlier in that fight, but it does look like our solo laner is having a very hard time. He's 4 levels down right now, so I probably should have recognized that and not come over to the Fed Arthur. But normally, your solo laner is probably going to be a little bit closer in skill level, so they won't actually be that far ahead. So for the rest of our build on set, we're going to be looking at a little bit more hybrid. You don't need to embrace that much damage on set. You can go with a very big hybrid build. And that's because he has so much damage just built into his kit. From the fact that you're getting bonus damage on your ult, and the fact that you're getting bonus damage from those extra sand minions coming out. So you're going to get a ton of damage from those. So a little bit of CDR can go a long way in set. As well as hybrid items like those shifter shields, like those Anchiles. They can put in a lot of work. So for my standard combination here on set, you can see that I'm basically always throwing down a minion, and then I'm throwing down my one. Pretty consistent. Over and over again. Minion goes down. That way I get that extra 40% bonus damage. Minion one, minion one, minion one. When I launch that minion as well,
Shadows will not protect you.
it's going to give me an opportunity to teleport to him if I really wanted to. I'm going to pop my ultimate right now. Gonna run myself towards this Persephone, but I'm actually gonna be crippled by that Persephone ult, so I'm not gonna be able to get out of it. And we're gonna go down there. Gonna look at the amount of damage I'm taking, mostly physical damage as expected. So we're gonna be able to start working on that shifter shield. We're gonna have the physical defenses from the shifter shield, and then we're also gonna have the physical defenses that we get from that stone cutting sword. For gods that we don't like to go against on set, basically the one thing that'll mess you up pretty good is various forms of CC. High levels of CC in general is what is going to counter set. And you do want harder CCs. You don't want like slows because he gets through it really easily. What you're looking for is more along the lines of stuns, knockups, disarms. These kind of things can actually peel the set quite nicely. And so that's the type of stuff that you're looking to get rid of the set. You want to be able to peel them off of you with hard CCs. So a Ymir, who's just going to freeze him and get him off your ADCs. Providing walls after he dashes so he can't get near you. Those types of things are going to be really, really helpful. And of course, disarms, because a lot of his damage is going to come from those dashes. I'm going to blink in towards the Persephone right here. I don't want to use my dash if at all possible because I wanted to keep it up for him. But I'm going to have to use it right there just to make sure that I can grab that kill. Arthur comes back to peel for him, and Arthur is level 15. So this game is going to be Operation Stick Away from the solo laner that has 6 levels up on our solo lane. For our second act, we're going to grab ourselves beat, and we're going to continue working ourselves into that shifter shield. After the shifters, of course, we're going to grab ourselves an Anchile, which is going to make us that much more annoying, particularly for the enemy mage, but also for the enemy hunter. So Set is a hyper carry, which means that he can go for, you know, triple kills, quadra kills, that type of thing, especially when his ulti gets active and you get into those later stages of the game. And if nobody's looking to peel you, woo, baby, you're going to be able to pop off. So that means for our pairings, we don't need other hyper carry gods. You can pair more setup oriented gods with Set. In fact, pairing him with gods that help keep him alive is probably preferable. So Fafnir is not a bad combination. Going to give me a lot of extra damage on my autos with his coerce that he's using. You can also go a little bit more defensive. A god like a Kepri, so Set can dive in, go full ham. The enemy team doesn't want to kill you because you've got the res on you, so they're trying to wait 5 seconds. Well, 5 seconds is a lifetime against the Set. I'm gonna pop my ultimate right here. Kind of waiting for Cuba to dash. He's pretty smartly not dashing right now. Until I actually have to use my beads here to try and get away. Very smart play right there from the Cupid. The second you dash against a Set, he just gets to dash right over on top of you. So sometimes holding your dash, if you've got a little bit of leeway room, you can see Cupid made some room between us by utilizing his ultimate that I couldn't get through because it's a cripple.
The way is open.
And he kept that nice distance between us, and then that way he didn't have to use his dash, so he had to open just in case he was gonna need it later.
America to the rescue.
Last couple bits of farm over here. Got a little level lead in the jungle. Back it up, get our shifter seal, start to work on that AN Chile.
The blight must be purged swiftly.
Also make sure we grab a couple of wards to help out our team in the vision department. Probably gonna put them a little bit deeper over by the Gold Fury. So your goal on Set is gonna be to go assassinate their back line. You play like a traditional assassin in the jungle. So my main targets are gonna be the Persephone and the Cupid. Persephone probably slightly more important for me than the Cupid. They've got a lot of physical damage. So we're gonna be building more physical defenses, which means if I can take the magic damage off the board,
Under attack.
life is just gonna get a little bit easier for everybody. So Persephone's gonna be my main target in these fights, followed by Cupid, but as always, if somebody's out of position, it really doesn't matter how tanky they are, unless it's the ultra late stages of the game, and you're like burning ultimates on a support or something, and you're clearly getting baited. It's almost always worth it to just grab the kill on whatever in front of you. But for our playstyle, we're gonna be kind of sitting off over in the jungle. We're gonna be waiting a little bit more, trying to be a little bit more patient, waiting for the fight to get initiated by our Fafnir and our Cerberus. And then after the fight is initiated, coming in on that backline and looking for the kill. We typically do not want to be the first person having to initiate a fight on Set, because we can be turned on and burned. Persephone jump is down mid, so if we get some people on top of that Persephone, we might actually be able to go for this fight. So I'm gonna blink in here towards the back, and I'm just gonna run right toward Persephone. Gonna hit him with a couple of autos here. Unfortunately, the Cupid is gonna come from the back and cripple me while they use the Beast Aegis. So I'm not gonna be able to finish off that Persephone kill, but we do force a lot of actives and a lot of ults right there in that fight.
Ultimate is ready.
I'm just gonna head back over to the right lane, make sure that I'm farming at this point. There's nothing that I can do to help my team, so I might as well go maximize my farm. My soul laner is not gonna be able to get over here to grab this farm anyway, because he is currently dead. In fact, might even hashtag one more wave this. This is actually a little bit more risky because I didn't know where the Arthur was, but now I can actually see the Arthur is over by the Gold Fury. I'm gonna check his actives. He does not have a teleport. They've got 4 people over by the mid Gold Fury region, so I can stay yet again and grab ourselves a tower over in the solo lane, and perhaps even a more wave. Just making sure that I'm getting the most value out of this play. Gonna give me a lot of experience as well in the jungle. So now I've got a 2-level lead off of a situation that started with me having to run away. Now that we got the Anchile online, our backline dive is going to get a little bit more effective. So some other items that you can consider on set. You've always got the Berserker Shield, which is going to give you a little bit more attack speed, a little bit more physical defenses, of course. That's always a good item. You've got yourself the Soul Leader, which I'm not a big fan of on the set, but some people like to go the Soul Leader. If you're going to go the Soul Leader route, I would honestly prefer you just get a Blood Forge. Ooh, I'm going to dash right in towards it. Persephone. She used her dash already, so I should hopefully be able to just go ahead and chase him down. Not going to be able to get through that vine, but I can throw my little 2 over the wall and then go ahead and hit him with my 1. Because our skewer will go through that wall. So right now I need to be playing back. Need to keep my distance between the Cupid and the Nike and me because I am pretty low. And we need to kind of skadoodle ourselves back into farming. But a good series of plays for our team. I'm obviously going to be ranking up my starter into Protector of the Jungle because Seer of the Jungle is trash. So we're going to be getting the Protector of the Jungle, which once again is going to make us just a little bit tankier. And most of our damage is coming from those big burst 1s with all of our 2s out, as well as the bonus damage on our ult. Gotta wait for the speed to respawn. Right now, I'm just trying to farm out level 20. Because if I can get a level 20 early, you can see the enemy jungle is only level 16. Gonna provide a lot of extra fight potential for us, particularly in the jungle. And then we can try to force the issue while we have that starter item lead. I want to go do the Greater Scorpion, but I'm a little bit worried about the Arthur being over there. So I'm not going to do it quite yet. Looks like a lot of people are rotating over towards that mid lane. So I'm going to head ourselves back over towards the Scorpion. Try to kill her really fast. That'll also give us level 20. So we can back up, get some wards for around the Fire Giant, which will be spawning soon now that I have killed the Scorpion. Grab our Protector of the Jungle, and we can start getting set up for some more team fights. Another set of items that I don't mind on the set in the late game is going full defensive with something like a Mantle of Discord or a Magi's Blessing. Gonna go ahead and pop my ultimate right here. I actually do think this is gonna be a decent fight opportunity. Gonna be throwing down as many 2s as I can get. So you see, as I'm using my ultimate, my 2 is coming up over and over and over and over again. And that's the nature of the set passive. I'm gonna blink in towards Persephone. I'm gonna slow him down. Persephone tries to jump away, but she messes up her dash. So we're gonna be able to turn around, grab ourselves a couple of kills, and now I'm gonna be able to call for the Fire Giant. So right there, you can see with my auto attacks, my sands were coming up all the time. So the trickiest thing about set, literally the trickiest thing, when you pop your ulti and you're fighting, just make sure that you're spamming your spawn of set ability pretty much the whole time while you're fighting. It's not gonna interrupt you or anything from doing anything else, but you just wanna make sure you're spawning all those minions. Just keep spawning and spawning and spawning and spawning. I literally hold down left click and my 2 button like at the same time when I'm doing it. Because then that's how you get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spawns of set out on the board. And then when you go for that skewer, all of a sudden you have like 10 minions coming from everywhere. And if it hits somebody, it'll hit them for like 1,000 damage. And that's when set gets the most annoying. And so he's really not that tricky in that regard. You're just basically spamming it the whole time. There's not like it's a crazy hard science. you're just spamming the ability the entire time. Now, for my last item in this game, I feel like I've been a decent focused target. So I'm actually going to go into the Mantle of Discord. Mantle of Discord going to give me a little bit more CDR on top of my Anchi layer. Plus, I am going to get myself a red pot, which means I'm actually going to be 30% CDR in this build, even though CDR was never actually a priority.
I have no blood squeeze. Attack left
Got a call
lane.
for us to attack left lane. Want to make sure that we are attacking the lane that is farthest away from the fire giant, because that will be the hardest Phoenix for them to defend if the game goes on later to future fire giant.
Your team has
Now for
destroyed
Phoenix
select enemy.
offenses on set, we really have to be careful. We can't afford to be tanking the tower, so we need to let our team go in first. At the end of the day right now, if we need to go just push a bunch of T2s, I don't mind us grabbing all of these tier 2s. Our comp is okay at Phoenix sieging, but it's really going to be up to our
Your team has destroyed a middle
Cerberus
enemy tower.
and our Fafnir to be initiating and going in on this. Unfortunately, it looks like our Cerberus is going to get caught out. So that's going to be the end of our Phoenix pushing dreams. But we will get all of the T2s. And now I'm just going to call for the Gold Fury. We just start to run back over there. We do have to be a little careful here, because they have an extra member of their team. But actually, Nike jumps in. So I don't actually mind looking towards the Nike. He has no jump. Looks like he got sundered and instantly lost his shield. I'm spamming through a bunch of ones. A great Yan assault. I'm gonna be able to get a triple kill there in the backline. I'm gonna be blinking towards his Athena. Kind of waiting to use my 2 right here until my skewer got closer to being up. And that is the power of set. Great Yan assault in that backline. Hits a couple of people.
Your team has destroyed
I've got my minions all set up. We should be a little bit careful right here. I'm gonna grab the mid Phoenix and be bringing up those minions. We do have 25 seconds, so ending the game, there is potential right here. Especially if we kill that Arthur, we're gonna be able to kill that Arthur, and now this is how we're gonna be able to put the game away. So that was kind of the exact situation that you're looking for at set at the end of the game. We wait for somebody to make a mistake, right? Nike goes in a little too aggressive. We have the Sunder from the Fafnir that takes away her shield. We get to capitalize on top of the Nike's positioning. After that, Yanis makes a great ultimate right through, hits 2 people. I've got my 2s that I've been spamming, right? I've been spamming my Sands of Set the whole time. I use my 1 because I've got a bunch spread out down the field. Those Sands of Set go off. That skewer hits everybody around in the fight. We get grabbed that triple kill, and then we can just go ahead and end the game. And that is exactly what you're looking to do on the set there. Would have finished up with a nice Mantle of Discord to make ourselves a little bit tankier, allow us to go a little bit more aggressive into the backline, guys. And that is our set, a Jungle Guide. Thank you for supporting the Twitchiest community. If you'd like to see more videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel and always hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you for all your support and have a Twitchin' day, y'all.